So today we are going to talk about gap analysis, right? So this could, you can relate this with any of the subject. It is not necessary only about business or any task or anything which you have in your life. When you think you are in current status and you are already have some plans to reach somewhere, then of course you can identify the gap, right? Unless you don't have that measurable thought in your mind that where you want to start and where you want to reach, there is no way you can find the gap. In case someone is saying कि मैं कुछ भी नहीं करता फिर भी बहुत problem है, gap है, so the issue is unless you have no origin, no destination, where is the gap? You won't be able to find it. And if you don't have any gaps in your business, you don't have your gaps in your goals, if you don't have a gaps in your business, then something is wrong. Because unless you don't have right destinations or right desired plans with your whole this whatever you want to achieve, there is all tend to be possible that you will be definitely having gaps. So gaps is something which is pushing you to improve. Gap is something which is more like an indicator for you to see that either you are on the right path and you are really achieving and reaching to your destination. So we'll try to talk about this subject in bit length. Okay, so this is a wheel, or this is a more like a procedure to understand and what all actions we need to really understand the gap and overcome on that gap and correct it and implement it for the further great process. So this is more related to the process when we are implementing in our office, or in case we are working in our working atmosphere. So the first part is the planning, because unless if you don't have any plan, there is no possibility you will be having any gaps, like we always mention. So in the plan, I have segmented into three sections. First is identifying the gap. So if you have a plan and if you want to achieve something, if you have some gap into that, of course that need to be identified where you are really lacking, where is the exact gap you are observing. So first is the option where you have to really identify where you are lacking and where the things are not moving further. That is first step. Second is where you need to really understand the cause. And to understand the cause, I always say, if you don't have the right information with you, if you don't have your all data entry properly done, there is no possibility where you can really figure it out where the things have gone wrong. Because if you want to investigate something, you need to start from the origin and you have to pass through the same journey to understand where the things have gone wrong, where the things have really gone out of the track, and you have to really put them on the track back. So first thing is very important, the right entry, right analysis. So if you have a right information captured, there is all good possibility. Even in over period, you can really analyze and find the right cause of your gaps. And third is, where is the culprit? Who is the where exactly the culprit is? The culprit could be multiple reasons. Culprit could be a plan. Culprit could be your medium, your action. Anything could be your culprit. It is not possible to really say from the only information that something is going wrong because of X and Y or Z. So you need to have all that information ready available with you, analyze it, and then really find the right culprit action, so you can really find the exact point where you need to correct the things further. So first part is your planning. So those who don't plan, there is no gap for them, for sure. So there is no gap because there is no origin, there is no destination, so there is no gap. Now once you identified there is a gap, there is a problem, there is a cause, and you identified that where you need to correct it, the next move is your actions. What kind of actions is required, what kind of a training is required. So problem here is, normally when you are really identifying the problem, the next step what we do is bombarding on the actions. We move on to just give a task to the people. We are expecting that things to be get corrected immediately. But the issue is, if you really identified the problem, and in case if there is a gap in the planning itself, it's better you need to really structure the right roadmap for that, right modification for it, and plus you have to ensure that you are giving adequate training to the people to really understand where the things you have been observed is not moving further for you. So important part here is, when you are planning something action, also work on your training part also. So ensure that what modifications you are doing, it is really converted into training and moving further. Next is your checks. Now you have already seen that there is a problem, you have already planned something, it was not moving as per your expectations, and you have identified also, but it is not the job done. You have just identified one bug. There could be other possibilities also where other things can go wrong, because there is so much of things connected with each other. So better have a very close check on it. You have to really figure it out how you are going to create a monitoring and review mechanism on that all modifications which you are giving. So in all the big organizations, whenever there is a modifications, they used to have a review and a committee or review team on that. So if you change something, you need to have a committee or someone who is going to really closely observe that modification to ensure that what new modifications you have implemented, it is going to really function and it is going to give the desired results to you. So monitoring is very important, review is very important. Monitoring is different part and review is different part. Now monitoring, when you are doing it, that is something measurable part you are observing, that something you define, and as per your plan it is moving further. Review is something where you have to dig into the more detail and understand either whatever you are planning, that is also perfect, and there is another scope of improvement into it. So that should be distinguishedly understand separately, that monitoring is something where you are already planned something, you are just observing that as per the plan it is moving as per your whatever structure you have been given to the planning. But review is something is again questioning on that all process, either that existing process is correct or you need more further improvement or more modifications on that. So that is the most important check you need to have. And the last action is when you really sure that the things are being perfectly done. Now you are assured that the whatever modifications and after review the whole process has got settled, then you need to really structure that as a again separate policy or maybe a standardized process, so you can implement that and you ensure that the same cycle should not repeat again. Whatever you have decided, it should go to the people in form of training, in form of circular, in form of modifications, and the program which you are supposed to plan for them. So this is something more like a gap analysis procedure. You can relate it with your any of the action. May today, if you consider like if you are an entrepreneur or maybe you are an aspiring entrepreneur and you want to start your journey. Now just for example, you identify you have a plan with you that I'm working on an idea, but I'm not able to really start my startup, or maybe I'm not able to start my project. What is the issue? There is a gap in between, something is not as per your expectations, that is the reason you are not moving further. You need to identify on that plan what is that gap. Either the entry barrier is the issue, and what is the entry barrier for you? Either the capital is entry barrier, or source of material, source of contact, source of acquisition, whatever problem you have, just pen down that gap, that this is the gap I identified which need to really figure it out. Unless you know and unless you are not going to pen down it, you will not be able to find answer. So better structurally, if you are working on something, you figure it out that this is my goal, then this is something that I planned it, this is something goal I have, and in between if you have a gap, pen down that. Second, if you have a plan, then you must be having the gap, so identify that gap, then understand the issue, what is the cause behind it, why it is not happening, why you are not able to figure it out, that how to arrange money, how to arrange that capital, how to arrange the sales part, whatever problem you have, and then understand the culprit part. Either your actions is culprit, your medium is culprit, maybe you all have potential but you don't have a right connections and contacts, so you will be working on very precisely what exactly you want. Basis on that, you can really make your roadmap or modifications in that. Okay, you know that I cannot do this part, maybe you are good in managing the strategic part, but if you are not good in arranging money, then you need to find that right option who can really arrange money for you. So that is your next action, that is your step 2. Third, the check, then you must be giving some options to that person or to that alliance or collaboration, that at what time and in which or then whatever period been given to them, how you are going to arrange that money, what kind of a monitoring you are observing. So if you are defining that, okay, within 6 months I want to arrange money, then you have a check on it, review on it, either things are really moving as per your plan or not. And then fourth, once you really done with all this your plan, then sit on that plan and understand either what I planned is really workable. If it is not working, then of course you have to really restructure everything. But unless you don't identify the right gaps, you will stick and you will remain to the origin part, and you will simply think about that ki things are really big for me to understand. Better understand the right gap into that and move next for that situation. So every action, either it is a personal issue or either it is a company issue or any small action, every step, if you follow this simple 4-5 steps, you will really able to figure out the solution for that. Okay. Now if you see, like normally people always say, when you are at the early stage, the risk analysis, if you really understand, basis on the revenue over the risk or time. So here if you see, the time for the development, time for the performance is always going to be a lengthy, but the risk is going to be very high. As more you are growing, furthermore more the risk is going to be taken by you. So you have to understand that whatever gaps you need to identify it, if you work on it early, it is going to be a low risk for you. If you are just keeping silent on it, if you are not identifying the right gaps at the right time, it is going to give you a bigger dent on the longer term. And if it is a silent gap, then of course it is going to give you a big dent and surprises also. So you have to start working and analyzing from the day one. Even though if the things are really going smooth, you need to know that what all that factors are really helping you to grow further. And in case if you are not moving well, you need to know what all factors are really holding you or not helping you to move. In both the situation, plus and minuses, you should know the right cause and reasons behind it. Okay. And then the last is very important. In case whatever we say, the gap analysis and everything, but unless we don't have that 100% all tools with us, we won't be able to really figure out the all solution. So this is something more like a 7S. I hope a lot of people must have heard about this, but this is really working solution for every organization, those who are really starting new. So these are 7 factors every organization should really work on. The first is your structuring, that what kind of a hierarchy structure you have in the company. In fact, we also try to mention in our program as well that unless you don't have a right hierarchy and role clarity in your organization, there is all good possibility you will be not able to really build that kind of a culture which you want to build in your company. So structure is very important. So ensure that even the team is small, but everyone should have their clear role and a scope of work defined for every action, and every action should be measurable. Second is the style, means what kind of an approach and culture you are trying to build in your company. Either it is a one person centric organization, either it is a leadership style kind of a solution, either it is a automation process driven. So you have to define that all method, that how my company is going to be function. So whatever method you are defining, make it a standardized process for it, and ensure that everyone is following the same method. Next is staff. You should know that what kind of a skills and what kind of a people and a team you required in your company. Unless you don't know that what kind of a need is required in your organization, you won't be able to really delegate the job properly and won't be able to deliver. All the burden will come on you. Better whatever people you have, at least segregate and delegate the jobs and scope of work and with the measurements to them, so you know that to whom you are addressing and how the delivery is going to expect from them. Next is skills. Of course, a staff is not important that key what kind of a number of people you have. It is more important that you need to understand either what kind of a skills you have in your company, and in case if you have a team, either they are really competent to deliver what you are expecting. And it is not only important that key if you are hiring some people, may at the early stage they are not competent, maybe they are not having that kind of a knowledge which you are expecting to deliver, but what kind of a systems you have created and what support you are giving to your staff to really cover up that gap, upgrade their skills, reskill their reskills on their what you are expecting. And that is your responsibility. You cannot simply expect that people will join you and deliver you according to your taste and requirement. You have to build that mechanism how you can upgrade their skills basis on what plans you have to get delivered from them. And the systems, what all systems and supports you have given to them, so they are supposed to simply execute and imply on that. So systems is building a system is a job of management. You cannot expect that team will going to define, team is going to build system. You have to define team and systems and give it to them as a tool, so they can just execute the way you are expecting to deliver on that. And the strategy part, the strategy is job of founder. So what you are deciding, strategy is supposed to be go from the top level. Every individual must know what exactly they are doing and for what purpose they are doing. Unless the objective is not clear to the people, they are not going to deliver, or they will just robotically giving you delivery and they are not going to contribute any value into that. So if they know for what purpose they are doing, they know the implications of their actions, they are going to be more conscious, they will be more involved into the whole program, and they can really give you more delivery on it. Maximum times when we are working on the initial phases, we tend to have that practice that we are just keeping a lot of things within the whole core team, and we are not giving all the messages to the last level. That even I did the mistake in my first organization. My top management used to have all information, all my bottom line used to get another any information, so middle line was missing, and that was really giving me a lot of dent. So here also you have to understand that all the message from the top, what you want to convey to the people, it should go in a right way. At the same time, they should be very clear about why you want to get this job done, what is the objective, what is the motive behind that action. That's how you can really create that kind of a atmosphere and that culture in the office, where everyone will be get involved, and every individual will really work on their whole plan, their gap analysis, and they will fix it on their own. So you not need to really get involved in each and every activity. So this practices need to be give to individual, that what action has been given to them, how to identify gaps, how to correct it, and how to really fix and take it to the next level. Right, guys? So this is a small understanding about this gap analysis, and I hope if you really work on all these small points, it will really help everyone to get their answers on every small topics or a big topics. Okay, so this is all about this gap analysis. Thank you very much, and I'm coming back so we can